Most water leaks at home aren't found by smart devices, they're found by damage. Droplet is trying to change that. I've been testing it for weeks, and here's my honest verdict. Let's inspect. Hi, I'm Michael, and I'm here to show you Droplet. And if you are on the fence about whether your home needs yet another gadget, here is my answer straight away. This one might be worth it. Droplet is a clip-on ultrasonic sensor that reads your water flow without cutting into a single pipe, and after weeks of real testing, I think it does what it promises. It catches leaks, it tracks consumption down to a fraction of a gallon, and it plugs into a smart home setup like Home Assistant without a fight. It's not perfect, and I'll get into exactly where it might fail short, but if you are deciding whether to buy it, you can stop scrolling because this might be a keeper. Here's the thing about devices in this category. We usually buy them after something bad has already happened. A pipe bursts, a bill triples, and suddenly we're Googling solutions. Droplet flips that. It's built to sit in the preventive side of things, catching leaks and bursts before they become disasters, simply by watching how water moves through your pipe. And if you're the type who wants deeper home automation, it goes further in that too. It can tell you when your boiler runs or for how long, and it hands you a level of consumption detail that most people have never seen about their own home. In this review, I will walk you through the stats, the apps, some geeky numbers such as the power consumption, the home assistant integration, the installation process, and then we're going to close with my honest list of strong and weak points. Let's start with what you actually see once it's running, because this is where the story splits into two different categories. The first category is facts, gallons or liters consumed, and exactly when. This is the hard data, the stuff Droplet is measuring directly off the pipe, and it's rock solid. The second category is AI-driven, and at the time of the review, that module is still in beta. This is the part that surprised me the most, for better and for worse. Let's look at this daily breakdown. Faucets, showers, toilets, these are the usual suspects, and each one runs at its own rate and duration. Every appliance leaves a kind of fingerprint in the flow data, and Droplet's AI is trained to learn those fingerprints. It starts recognizing them. That's the shower, that's someone running the tap for 10 seconds, and when something doesn't match a known pattern, like water flowing at 2 a.m. for no obvious reasons, it flags it instantly. Now, in practice, this is hit or miss. Some days the AI nails it, other days it seems to file my shower under the toilet bucket, which, no comment. I went in with modest expectations for a better feature, so I wasn't shocked. The good news is that you can train the algorithm yourself. The app lets you tag events as they happen. I skipped that for the first 2 weeks out of laziness, I guess, and then went through and manually tagged every faucet in the room, and the accuracy notably improved after that. Where Droplet is unquestionably solid is the raw numbers. I ran my own tests, pulling exactly 50 gallons of water and checking what Droplet reports. And it is sensitive too. It can pick up flows as small as roughly 100 milliliters per minute. If you're hoping it catches a slow individual drip, that's probably below its threshold, but the moment there's an actual flow, even a small one, Droplet is watching. The big question, how does it actually pull this off? And here's something wild. Droplet never touches your water, not once. This is why you don't need a plumber for the installation. It clips onto the outside of your pipe, and somehow it knows exactly what's happening inside. The answer is sound, specifically ultrasound. Sound waves which are vibrating so fast that no human ear can pick them up. Think of it like probably a dog whistle, but that's for plumbing. Droplet uses two tiny sensors mounted on the pipe. One fires an ultrasonic pulse in the same direction as the water flow, and the other one fires a pulse against it. The difference in arrival time between those two pulses is measured in billionths of a second, a gap so small that no human could ever notice it. But, of course, Droplet catches that difference 50 times every second. From that tiny timing gap, it calculates exactly how fast your water is moving. And this method has a name. It's called transit time measurement. It's the same core principle used by industrial engineers monitoring flow in power plants and pipelines, just shrunk down small enough to clip onto the pipe under your sink. Now that you know what it is and how it works, let's talk installation, because this is where I hit the most resistance. Pipe compatibility is on the good side. Whether you're dealing with new or old plumbing, the odds of it working with your setup are high. The one caveat is to avoid mounting it too close to a pipe joint, since this interferes with the signal clarity. Give it about 20 centimeters of clear, straight pipe and you are in a good shape. The bigger challenge for me wasn't the pipe, it was the power. Droplet connects via USB-C, which is simple enough, but if the pipe you want to monitor sits in a bathroom with no nearby outlet, that becomes a bit of a problem. Once it's powered on, Droplet drops into setup mode and walks you through the app. Follow the prompts carefully until it connects to your Wi-Fi and confirms success. It took me 3 attempts to get there. The fix ended up being twofold: adjusting the tightness of the mounting screw and wiping the pipe down thoroughly with an alcohol pad, and then paper tissue to guarantee clean contact with no debris in the way. Once that is sorted, it runs reliably, and if anything goes wrong, you're gonna see it flagged in the alert section. The online and offline messages you see here are during my testing period, just because I was running off a power bank before the permanent wiring was in place. On the topic of power, Droplet draws between 0.3 and 0.45 watts, most of which is likely going toward keeping the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth radios alive. If you are into home automation, the part with Home Assistant integration matters. Droplet shows up directly in Home Assistant integrations list, and the setup is fairly easy. You get 2 main entities, a flow meter and a water meter, and since I'm based in Europe, the default gallon units were unuseful to me, so I built a helper to convert everything to liters. That's entirely optional if gallons work for you. The AI-driven data isn't currently piped into Home Assistant, but honestly, that's not where the value is anyway. The real win is being able to build automations of the raw flow data. So if you've got a remotely controlled water shutoff valve, you can set things up so that a detected leak automatically cuts the water to your entire home, even while you're away. Before the wrap-up, I usually point to the weak points, and no exception here, so here is the short but real list about Droplet. It needs a constant power source, which can be a bit of a hassle depending on where your main pipe runs, and right now it's only available in the US, which is a shame because leak detection is something every homeowner could benefit from regardless of where they live. Think about it. No pipe cutting, no plumber, no drilling, though you might need to do that for the power source. It's just a clip, some ultrasound and an AI that ends up knowing your home's water habits better than you do. That's rare for a smart home device to pull off. It can catch problems before they turn into real disasters, and it gives you a clear read on where your water actually goes, and it gives you peace of mind when you're away from home for weeks at a time. Do you need it? I think that's the big question you better ask yourself before following any of the links and details from the description. Of course, I invite you to, though I want to remind you that reviews such as this one often are very inspiring, and it is you that has the common sense if and how a product is about to be used. I'm keeping mine in style for sure, and if this sounds like something your home needs, please follow the link in the description. For anything more that you want to ask about, check the comments. Take care of your home. I'm Michael. Gonna see you in the next one.